Welcome back to the cabin. We're sitting here again on the dusty floorboards of this A-frame out in Girdwood, Alaska.
Yeah, the wood stove is crackling. It's getting pretty dark outside right now.
It is, and we are reaching right back into the cardboard box.
Yeah.
So welcome to another episode of the Mochi Tapes, transmissions from the last frontier.
The magic cardboard box that just keeps giving. And for anyone joining us for the first time, you should know we aren't analyzing a best-selling book today. We are doing a deep dive into the source material of a very specific piece of audio archaeology.
Right, the cassette tapes. These are literal cassette recordings of a pirate radio broadcast from the late 90s.
Autumn of 1997, to be exact.
Yeah, broadcast on 88.5 FM Glacier City Radio. And the voice on the tape, the guy running the whole thing, is a man we only know as Mochi.
And we've definitely established by now that Mochi isn't your average small-town DJ. I mean, he's not just sitting there playing the hits.
No, not at all.
He's actively building a curriculum. He calls himself a galactic tone guide. And he uses these broadcasts to transmit a really complex, very specific philosophical worldview to his neighbors in this tiny little ski valley.
It's essentially pirate radio as a spiritual intervention.
That is exactly the perfect way to frame it, an intervention.
So let's set the scene for the tape we pulled for today's deep dive.
Right.
I grabbed this one out of the box, and the handwritten label on it just says Tuesday, October 28th, 1997.
Right.
And I popped it into the deck, expecting, maybe some grunge music or maybe some local announcements about bear sightings in the valley.
Which you'd expect for Girdwood in the 90s.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But what we actually got, this tape feels like an absolute fever dream.
It really is an incredible piece of audio art. It captures this highly specific moment in time, but at the same time, it captures this timeless human conflict.
Yeah, it does. But before we get into the heavy philosophical stuff, let's just talk about the vibe for a second, because Mochi flips the mic on, and the very first thing he does is give us a weather report.
But it is not your standard partly cloudy with a chance of snow kind of report.
No, definitely not. He looks out the window of his turret, because we know he's broadcasting from this turret in a house in the woods, and he describes a massive snowstorm rolling in.
He says, and I quote, "We got the whales overhead showering us with their love flakes of snow."
Love flakes. I mean, you just have to love that phrasing.
It's so wildly evocative. He actually calls the storm cloud the great white whale, or Moby, just floating up there above the valley.
It paints this completely surreal, almost oceanic picture of the sky.
Yeah, you can instantly feel that heavy, wet snow blanketing this little town. It creates this intense sense of insulation, like the whole town is literally being swallowed by the whale.
It feels very cozy, but honestly, also a little claustrophobic. And that isolation is really important because of what Mochi launches into right after the weather.
Right, because he doesn't ease us in with a nice acoustic song. He goes straight into the curation of the day.
And this is where we really have to pay attention to the source material.
Right.
Because the whole structure of this tape is built on a collision between two very different systems of thought.
Mochi is using the Sabian symbols, which are these specific astrological images, and he's pairing them with the Mayan calendar.
And on this specific Tuesday in October, those two systems seem to be totally at war with each other.
It is a literal battle of concepts. On one side, you have the theme he pulls from the Sabian symbol, which is the gold rush.
Which represents ambition, greed, the overriding desire to make it.
Exactly. And then on the other side, you have the Mayan reading for the day, which is the mirror. And that represents reflection, harmony, and truth.
So the central tension of this entire deep dive is the gold rush versus the Hall of Mirrors.
Precisely. And the music he plays isn't just background noise. The music is the actual battlefield where these two massive ideas fight it out.
Okay, let's unpack this right from the start. We have to start with the gold rush, because that is where Mochi starts the broadcast. He reads the Sabian symbol for the day, which corresponds to the 6th degree of Scorpio.
Right. And for anyone who doesn't know, Sabian symbols are these hyper-specific poetic images for every single degree of the zodiac. They were channeled back in the 1920s.
And the image for this specific day is explicitly, and I'll quote it, "The gold rush tears men away from their native soil."
That is just such a heavy phrase. Tears men away.
And considering the listeners are sitting in Girdwood, Alaska.
Yeah, it is impossible to ignore the geography there. They are living right in the literal footprint of the historical Alaskan gold rush.
Mochi even points it out directly to them. He says on the mic, kind of what brought us all here to Alaska. Get away from it all. find new values.
He's totally calling them out. I mean, Girdwood is a town of transplants. It's full of people who left the lower 48 to come north and start over.
Yeah, he knows his audience. But he takes it so much deeper than just the local geography. He reads a text that analyzes this symbol, and he really zeroes in on the psychology of the seeker.
He reads this line about the passionate search for new values and gambling everything on a vision or a dream.
Which, initially sounds pretty noble, that classic human desire to just find a better life.
And it does start out noble. The text he reads says that humanity's greatness is actually tied to this desire to be greater. We want abundance. We want to transcend the circumstances we came from.
But then Mochi highlights the shadow side of that exact same desire. And this is the key to unlocking the whole tape.
He reads this incredible line: greed is the perverse intensification of the social sense, just as lust is the perverse intensification of the longing for love.
Perverse intensification. I literally wrote that down and underlined it twice in my notes. Man, it's such a powerful conceptual framework.
It really is. He's arguing that greed isn't just some random bad behavior. It's actually a distorted version of something inherently good.
Right, because we all have a social sense.
Right.
We all want to matter to our community. We want to play a valuable role.
But when that natural desire gets cranked up way too high, or when it completely detaches from reality and connection, it becomes the gold rush.
It becomes a fever. You just lose your mind to it.
Exactly. The text he reads mentions the deep-seated desire to play a more important or spectacular role in one's society. Think about that for a second. We all want to be important to someone.
Yeah.
But when you become totally obsessed with playing the spectacular role, you start tearing yourself away from your native soil.
You leave your grounding behind.
You leave your actual values. You stop caring about the community and you just chase the gold.
And in Girdwood, especially in a ski town in the 90s, that vibe is everywhere. It's all about, I'm going to conquer the mountain. I'm going to build the biggest, craziest cabin. I'm going to be the local legend.
Mochi is holding up a giant mirror to his neighbors. He's asking them, why are you really here? Did you actually come for the nature and the peace? Or did you just bring the gold rush with you in your suitcase?
And he doesn't just leave it as this abstract philosophical question. He immediately answers it with the music. The very first set of songs he plays is the literal soundtrack to this gold rush energy.
It is the absolute sound of ambition.
He plays this track, and I actually had to do some serious digging to find out what it even was called, Golden Thing. And he mixes it with another track where the lyrics are just repeating, see my name on the wall.
It's totally hypnotic. See my name on the wall. That is just the ego screaming for recognition.
Yeah.
It's the sonic representation of that Sabian symbol.
Yeah.
Because it's not enough to just exist or be happy. You have to be seen. You have to be up on the wall where everyone can look at you.
And the other track, Golden Thing. The lyric goes, I got all this money and a golden thing.
Notice how incredibly vague that is,
Right.
Golden thing. It doesn't even matter what it actually is.
Right. It could be literal gold nuggets from a stream.
Or it could be a sports car, or a fancy job title, or a trust fund. It only matters that it glitters and that I possess it. It's the object of the search, completely devoid of any actual internal meaning.
It's just the carrot dangling on the stick. But then, almost immediately after setting up that glittering ambition, Mochi shifts the tone. He transitions into this really bluesy, down-tempo track.
The Ray Charles cover, I Got a Woman. But it's not the upbeat, joyful version at all.
No, it's the hangover version. It's slow and painful.
Yeah.
And you have to listen to the specific lyrics he's highlighting here. She won't be true. Stay drunk all the time, looking for the street corner girl.
It's incredibly bleak.
It really is.
But it is the harsh reality of the mining camp. If those first couple of songs were the gold rush, the excitement of the gamble, the glorious vision of your name on the wall, this blues track is what happens after you've been digging in the freezing mud for 6 months.
This is the massive disappointment that follows the ambition.
Exactly. The Sabian reading talked about searching for a more intense union, but in this song, that search has clearly led to alcoholism and infidelity.
It's that perverse intensification playing out in real time through the music.
You're out there looking for love, looking for true union, but you end up looking for the street corner girl, which is just lust. You're looking for abundance and a social role, but you end up staying drunk all the time, which is just escapism and greed.
Mochi is showing us the inevitable cycle. You chase the gold, and you end up totally empty.
And then, right when the listener is sitting in that heavy blues feeling, we get the Pepsi commercial.
Oh my God, the Pepsi collage.
This might be my favorite moment of the entire first half of the tape.
It's just this incredibly bizarre, cut-up audio collage of a voice repeating, $3, ice-cold Pepsi, Diet Pepsi. Is this Pepsi or Diet Pepsi? Just looping over and over again.
It is wildly jarring, but it's clearly meant to be. I mean, think about where we are in the physical setting.
Yeah.
We are sitting in a turret in the Alaskan woods. Heavy snow is falling. The whales are overhead. We are talking about deep, profound spiritual values. And suddenly, the aggressive, repetitive, totally meaningless noise of the marketplace just busts down the door.
It feels like a very sharp critique.
It's absolutely a critique. It represents the utter mindlessness of consumerism. It's the gold rush, stripped of all its romantic pioneer mythology.
It's no longer a mysterious golden thing. It's literally just a $3 Pepsi.
Exactly. It interrupts the spiritual flow. It's annoying and repetitive. And I really think Mochi put it in there to show us what the noise of the modern world actually sounds like when you're trying to find yourself.
So we have the ambition, the resulting disappointment, and the shallow consumerism. That is the complete gold rush side of the equation. That's the core problem. But Mochi doesn't just leave us stranded there.
No, he pivots to the Mayan calendar to offer the solution.
This is the counterweight to the Sabian symbol. He identifies the current date on the tape as ETZNAB.
Which translates in the calendar to yellow-white galactic mirror.
Even just the name sounds like something straight out of a 70s sci-fi novel.
It really does. But the energy of that specific sign is very defined. The number 8 is the galactic tone of harmony. And the fundamental question that tone asks is, what is for the good of all?
Which is a direct, aggressive challenge to the gold rush mentality, isn't it? Because the gold rush asks, what is good for me? How do I get rich? How do I get my name on the wall?
Exactly. But the galactic tone asks, what is good for everyone? How do we harmonize? We're basically seeing a philosophical war between ego, which is the Scorpio gold rush, and eco, which is the galactic harmony.
And then you have the actual glyph itself for the day.
It's
Knob. The mirror. Mochi reads off a list of keywords for this glyph, and they are striking. Clarity, hall of mirrors, illusion, sword of truth.
The mirror is arguably one of the most powerful symbols in the entire Mayan deck, because a mirror fundamentally doesn't lie. If you stand in front of it, it shows you exactly what is standing there, warts and all.
And Mochi says something here that I wrote down because I just thought it was such a beautiful instruction. He tells his listeners, transform your mirror into a window of clarity.
That is the core instruction of this entire tape.
Yeah.
And you really have to think about the geometry of that metaphor. A mirror reflects you back to yourself. It's a closed, selfish loop.
See my name on the wall. That's looking in a mirror.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But a window lets you look out, it lets you see the rest of the world, and it lets you see other people clearly without your own reflection getting in the way.
Mochi gives some really specific advice on how to actually do this in daily life. He says, reflect on dualities. If you react strongly to something, realize it is a reflection of yourself.
This is classic, deep shadow work. He's telling his listeners out there in Girdwood, hey, if you are furious at the new tourist in town or the real estate developer or your annoying neighbor, look at that reaction.
It's his mirror.
Right. What is that anger showing you about your own internal greed, your own hidden ambition?
He uses this beautiful phrase, the God I am. He says we need to see the divinity in everyone and everything around us.
Which is the ultimate opposite of the gold rush. The gold rush views other people strictly as competitors for the gold or as obstacles in your way.
Yeah, just pawns.
But the mirror views other people as reflections of the divine. So the tension of this tape is perfectly set up now. Are you going to chase the gold or are you going to sit down and polish the mirror?
It's a really heavy question to drop on people on a snowy Tuesday morning. And just when you think Mochi is going to let the audience stay in this quiet, meditative, spiritual mirror mode, he completely shifts gears and brings in the cowboys.
The cowboys. This is where the musical storytelling gets incredibly specific and really fun.
He plays a song called Everyone Wants to Be the Cowboy.
And the lyrics he highlights here are just scathing. Everyone wants to be the superstar, drive a fancy car, catch a bullet.
Catch a bullet. I mean,
Okay.
that is definitely not the romanticized, heroic John Wayne version of the cowboy.
Not at all. It's the violent, fatalistic version. Mochi is taking that gold rush energy and connecting it directly to the archetype of the cowboy, the Wild West.
And you have to remember, Alaska literally calls itself the last frontier. The cowboy archetype is a huge part of the state's psychology.
The song explicitly mentions Clint Eastwood. It talks about how no one is going to back down. It's just pure, unadulterated ego.
It's the defensive ego.
Mm-hmm.
The mirror asks us to be open and vulnerable, to see ourselves in other people. But the cowboy says, I'm tough. I'm separate from you. I'm the main character of this movie, and I don't need anybody else.
And he immediately follows that up with a track called Prophet 60091.
The one with the gun lyrics?
Yeah. The lyrics are actually quite chilling in this context. It says, "This is the serial number of our gun. You can't hurt me."
You can't hurt me. That is the ultimate mantra of the close heart.
It is the mantra of the person who has absolutely refused to look in the mirror. They refuse to do the shadow work, so they have armed themselves against the world instead.
It really feels like Mochi is building a complete character arc here for the listener. This hypothetical character starts with a grand dream during the gold rush, gets completely disappointed and sings the blues, tries to numb it by buying into consumerism with the Pepsi, and then finally hardens into this defensive, heavily armed cowboy figure.
It's a tragedy, honestly. It perfectly illustrates the illusion of separateness that Mochi warned about in the Mayan reading.
Right.
The cowboy truly believes he is separate from nature and from others. He believes he has to constantly fight the world to survive. He doesn't realize that the world he's fighting is just a reflection of his own hostility.
So we have this massive tension building up. The ego is inflating rapidly. The cowboy is fully armed and refusing to back down. And then the tape just totally explodes.
It really does. It's a shock to the system.
I mean, I genuinely did not expect this transition. We've been on this snowy, highly philosophical pirate radio show in an Alaskan cabin, and suddenly he drops Wannabe by the Spice Girls.
It is a massive, almost whiplash-inducing tonal shift.
And then he follows it right up with Shoop by Salt and Peppa.
It legitimately feels like someone tripped and changed the radio station by accident.
I honestly thought maybe Mochi had to use the bathroom and just let some random person DJ for 5 minutes. But when you sit back and look at the thematic elements, it totally fits, doesn't it?
It fits perfectly, but you have to go back and apply that Sabian symbol text he read earlier. Lust is the perverse intensification of the longing for love.
Oh, wow. Yeah, of course.
Mochi isn't just playing 90s pop hits because they're catchy or because he likes them. He is sonically demonstrating that perverse intensification for his audience. Just think about the lyrics of Wannabe.
Tell me what you want, what you really, really want.
Exactly. It is a song that is entirely about wanting. It is a forceful demand. I'll tell you what I want. It perfectly mimics that passionate search for values we talked about, but it's been twisted into this frantic, high-energy pop sugar rush.
It's the gold rush filtered directly through MTV.
And Shoop is even more direct about it. It's just pure, unabashed physical desire. You're packed. Can I get a scoop?
Right. It represents that exact Scorpio-level yearning that Mochi read about.
The desire for an all-absorbing union with a person. These pop songs are the literal soundtrack of that intense yearning. They're fun, obviously, but they're also completely relentless. They are entirely about consumption. I want to take you home. I want to really, really want.
So Mochi is using the music to show us, hey, this is what the gold rush actually sounds like when it hits the mainstream radio. It sounds like the Spice Girls. It sounds like endless, demanding desire.
And you really have to notice the change in the energy level of the broadcast.
Right.
We started the show with wails overhead and love flakes of snow falling softly, quiet, mellow, contemplative.
And now we are in an absolute frenzy. The gold rush has completely taken over the pirate broadcast.
And that energy reaches an absolute fever pitch with the very next section. He launches into Parliament in Funkadelic.
We want the funk.
Tear the roof off the sucker.
It feels like a stampede. And Mochi actually used a little spoken word audio clip earlier in the show that literally just said the word stampede.
The energy is totally chaotic now. It's a party, sure, but it's a party that is actively bordering on a riot. The gold rush isn't just a solitary, lonely prospector panning in a creek anymore. It has become a massive, unstoppable mob.
And that chaos leads us straight to the turning point of the entire tape, because you simply cannot sustain that level of frantic energy forever. The crash inevitably has to come, and Mochi brings the crash in the form of Suzanne Vega.
He plays her song Blood Makes Noise,
which is such a incredibly stark contrast to the funk and the pop we just heard. It's tense, it's very industrial and claustrophobic, and the lyrics are so telling. The din in my head, it's too much. Blood makes noise. I can't really hear you.
This is a critical moment of realization. The noise of the gold rush, you know, the ambition, the see my name on the wall, the tell me what you want, the ice-cold Pepsi, it is all piled up and become completely deafening.
I can't really hear you.
Right. The subject of that song is sitting in a doctor's office, desperately trying to communicate with someone outside herself, but the internal noise is just way too loud.
This connects directly back to the concept of the mirror.
Yes. The mirror is fully clouded over now. You can't see the truth. You can't see the God I am in other people because your own blood, your own raging ego, your own intense biological drives and ambitions is making way too much noise.
It feels exactly like a panic attack. It feels like the severe anxiety that hits you after the party has gone on way too long.
It is a full-blown spiritual crisis. The cowboy has finally hit the wall. The gold rush has turned into what the song describes as standing in a windy tunnel.
So the listener is completely stuck here. The gold rush has failed them. The mirror is broken, or at least hopelessly clouded. Where do we possibly go from here? How does Mochi resolve this massive tension he's built?
He resolves it by completely destroying the world.
Well, I mean, in a musical manner of speaking.
Right. He plays Nothing But Flowers by Talking Heads.
Oh, this is just the perfect song choice. It's one of my all-time favorites.
It is an absolute masterpiece of musical storytelling, and when you place it in the context of this specific tape, it is the perfect answer to everything Mochi has been setting up for the last hour.
Let's really look at the lyrics he's transmitting here. This used to be real estate, now it's only trees.
This was a Pizza Hut, now it's all covered with daisies.
The gold rush is definitively over. The real estate, which is, the ultimate modern symbol of land value, speculation, and greed, is gone. Nature has entirely reclaimed it.
Think about the progression we've just been on. Early on, we had the ego screaming, "See my name on the wall." Now, in this song, that wall is completely covered in vines and moss.
We had the cowboy song saying everyone wants to drive a fancy car, and now the talking heads are singing the highways and cars were sacrificed for agriculture.
We had the looping Pepsi commercial driving us crazy, and now this was a Pizza Hut.
All the glittering symbols of commerce and ambition and ego have just been erased from the earth, and what is actually left behind? Nothing but flowers.
It beautifully resolves the core conflict of the tape. The gold rush was always an illusion. It was temporary. The mirror, which is the truth of nature, the truth of the earth, the harmony of the Mayan galactic tone that was always there, just waiting underneath the concrete.
And it ties so perfectly back to the weather report from the very beginning, too. Remember, Mochi started by saying the great white whale was showering them with snow. He said the snow was coating the trees white, completely obscuring the mountain.
Yes, exactly. The snow outside his window is doing exactly what the song is describing. It is physically covering the real estate. It is burying the gold rush.
Mochi is literally sitting up there in his turret, watching the heavy snow bury the entire town of Girdwood. And as he watches it, he's playing a song about nature reclaiming the shopping mall.
That is just profound. The falling snow is the great white whale swallowing all the petty ambition of the town.
And in doing so, it's resetting the mirror. Because when the snow comes down and covers everything, it creates this beautiful blank slate, a completely white page. It forces everyone to just stop the passionate search and just be still.
The Sabian symbol we started with warned that the gold rush tears men away from their native soil. But this final song ends with humanity returning to the soil. The lyrics talk about catching a rattlesnake and living off the land. They are back in the Garden of Eden.
It's a complete return to the native soil. The desperate search for new values finally ends when you realize that the old values, the earth, the flowers, the simple harmonious life, were the only things that were ever actually real. And Mochi basically ends the tape, or at least his deep philosophical curation of it, on that exact note. He doesn't get on the mic and say, "And that's the answer, folks." But the musical curation just speaks volumes for itself.
He takes the listener on a flawless, complete narrative arc. He guides them from the glittering temptation of the gold rush, straight through the suffering and defensive posturing of the ego, into the wild distraction of lust and desire, down into the deafening chaos of the noise, and finally, he drops them safely into the peace of the reclaimed garden.
It really makes you realize that Mochi isn't just some guy playing records. He's something else entirely. What would you even call his role here?
Well, he calls himself a galactic tone guide at one point on the broadcast, and honestly, I think that title completely fits what he's doing. He's using mainstream pop culture, talking heads, the Spice Girls, old Ray Charles blues records to explain incredibly dense metaphysical concepts.
He's taking the ancient wisdom of the Mayan calendar and translating it perfectly into the language of 1997 FM radio.
It's incredibly skillful curation, and it feels so profoundly relevant to us listening to it today. Because let's face it, we are all still living in the gold rush.
Oh, absolutely. Maybe it's not literal gold nuggets in a pan anymore. Maybe today it's cryptocurrency or social media likes or climbing the corporate ladder. But we are all still actively tearing ourselves away from our native soil.
We really are. And Mochi's question, broadcast from that snowy morning back in 1997, still stands right now. What is that ambition actually costing you? Is it making so much internal noise that you can't even hear the person standing right next to you?
Transform your mirror into a window of clarity. That is the ultimate challenge he leaves us with.
And if you can't manage to do that well, eventually the snow is going to come down and cover up your Pizza Hut anyway. Nature always wins in the end.
That is a very sobering thought, but honestly also a really liberating one.
It is liberating. It means the immense pressure is finally off. You don't have to be the cowboy forever. You can put down the gun, drop the ego, and just enjoy the flowers. So as we wrap up this deep dive into another transmission from the last frontier, I really want to leave you with that lingering image. It's Tuesday, October 28th, 1997. The snow is falling in massive, heavy love flakes all over the Girdwood Valley. The neon lights of the ski resort are getting dim and blurry through the storm.
And somewhere up in a wooden turret, a guy named Mochi is watching it all slowly disappear into the white, using a pirate radio signal to tell his neighbors to wake up from the exhausting dream of the gold rush.
It is an incredibly powerful message to find in a dusty cardboard box.
It really is.
So I want you to think about your own personal gold rush right now. Whatever it is you are frantically chasing in your life. What would happen if the snow just came down tonight and covered it all up? Would you be able to see the flowers underneath? Or would you just stand there missing the Pizza Hut?
That is the real question, isn't it?
It is. Until the next tape is pulled from the box, keep listening.
And keep watching the snow.
We'll catch you on the next transmission.
Kovasti, ja kovasti, joo, no, ei toa kovasti, ja kovasti, Good morning. You're listening to 88.5. You're with the Mochi Man here on a snowy morning. We got the whales overhead showering us with their love flakes of snow. Today is Tuesday, October 28th. The moon today is in Virgo and the sun is in Scorpio, the 6th degree. We're in the second level of the scene Communion, which is the 15th scene in the great cycle of existence as we travel around the sun this year. The Sabian symbol for today, Scorpio's 6th degree, is the gold rush tears men away from their native soil. The passionate search for new values, which at any level promise a more abundant life. The greatness of humanity is that they can always be greater. Likewise, at a national level, humanity's greed can more easily be aroused by whatever promises more wealth, more power, and ever greater achievements at all levels, spiritual as well as material. Beyond this arousal of greed is the deep-seated desire to play a more important or spectacular role in one's society or community. Greed is the perverse intensification of the social sense, just as lust is the perverse intensification of the longing for love. Always at this Scorpio level, the yearning is for an ever more intense and all-absorbing union with a person or a community. A yearning which motivates a search for more effectual means to achieve as total a feeling experience as is possible. This symbol dramatizes the capacity in humanity to tear themselves away from the known and the familiar, gambling everything on a vision or a dream. Kind of what brought us all here to Alaska. Get away from it all. Find new values, new meaning in our lives.
about the girl I love. My, she looks so fine. She's the only one that I've been dreaming of. Maybe someday she will be all mine. I wanna tell her that I love her so. I thrill with her every touch. I need to tell her she's the only one I really love. I got a warm, warm ball all day. I got a woman, she won't be true now. I got a woman, stay drunk all the time. I said I got a little woman and she won't be true. On Sunday morning when we go down to church, see the men folks standing in line. Don't say they come to pray to the Lord. I'm with my little girl, looks so fine. And in the evening when the sun is sinking low, everybody's with the one they love. I walk the town, keep searching all around, looking for my street corner girl. I got a warm, warm ball all day. I got a warm, she won't be true, no, no. I got a warm, stay drunk all the time. I said I got a little woman and she won't be true. And in the bars where the men will play guitar, see the drinking and remember the time. My little lover does a midnight shift. She follows around all the time. I guess it's just one thing left for me to do. Gonna pack my bags and move on my way. 'Cause I got a worried mind, sharing what I thought was mine. Gonna leave her with the guitars play. I got a woman, she won't be true, no, no. I got a woman, woman, ball all day, yeah, yeah. Now, now. I got a woman, stay drunk all the time. I got a little woman and she won't be true. I said she won't be true, no. Yeah, no, yeah, no, yeah, no, yeah, no.
This one's called What Do the Birds Say? What do the birds say when they fly over you and see that you're frowning because you're alone? What do the birds say when they fly over you? See that you're frowning because you're alone. And they fly away, yeah, because they are free. And then you wonder if you'll ever be. A person is only free when they're alone. And in their minds they can see there's been some. Has been some. won't even cry because you're alone. A person is only free when they're alone. And in their minds they can see their eyes been so. Back to the earth I scream now. Back to the earth I'm going on. Back to the earth I'm feeling. Back to the earth I'm going. Hey, hey. Hey, oh, holy mama, hey, mama, free my soul. Hey, your holy mama, hey, your mama, free my soul. Hey, your holy mama, hey, your mama, free my soul. Free my soul, free my soul, free my soul. What do the birds say when they love? In their minds they can see that has been sung.
So I'm back to the velvet underground, back to the floor that I love, to a room with some lace and paper flowers, back to the gypsy that I was, to the gypsy that I was. And it all comes down
You're listening to 88.5. The great white whale is floating overhead, showering us with her snowflakes of abundance. Coating the trees wide, obscuring the mountain. Now they've turned off their lights because the main snowmaker is making the snow now. Big Daddy Uller is back in town. Here with Mochi, the mellow boy this morning. Spinning out the mellow vibes. The next few tunes are going out to my friend BRB, who had a busy day yesterday and is now chilling in the morning light, coming from the dream state to the waking state. It was Mochi the Morning Pebble and the big white whale, spinning out the vibrations to wake your day.
Sounds like a mistress on a red light. Hold your throne down together and see the light that goes away. Leave my heart down by the water. Leave the space inside my soul. It isn't true about your father. Just hold me down by the water. They say black and red. Look up to see the weakness in the sky. Nobody's asked about your story. Nobody wants to know your reason why. Hold your hands out towards the water in front of me to know I'm with you. Don't put it on to you. Look out to me. Look out to me. Look out to me. Don't wanna say that I threw
A secret. How superior. You are blue and huge, a traffic policeman holding up one palm. A difference between us? I have one eye, you have two. The secret is stamped on you, faint undulant watermark. Will it show in the black detector? Will it come out, wavery, indelible, true, through the African giraffe in its Edeny greenery, the Moroccan hippopotamus? They stare from a square, stiff frill. They are for export. One a fool, the other a fool. A secret. An extra amber brandy finger, roosting and cooing, you, behind two eyes in which nothing is reflected but monkeys. A knife that can be taken out to pare nails, to lever the dirt. It won't hurt. An illegitimate baby, that big blue head. How it breathes in the bureau drawer. Is that lingerie, pet? It smells of salt cod. You had better stab a few cloves in an apple, make a sachet, or do away with the bastard. Do away with it altogether. No, it is happy there. But it wants to get out. Look, it is wanting to crawl. My God, there goes the stopper. The car from the Place de la Concorde. Watch out. Stampede. Horns twirling in jungle gutturals. An exploded bottle of stout. Black foam in the lap. You stumble out, dwarf baby, the knife in your back. I feel weak. The secret is out.
Look inside this milky white maze. No power of the hand to drive. I'm swimming in it. I'm swimming out to you. For reasons, my reasons. So photographic, the Milky Way spills into the hand and dries. 'Cause I am here now, and I'm staying put. For reasons, my reasons. And so to bed, my soul to share. into my tail. And when I hold you alive, tomorrow you might die. Well, that's because you might, but I'm here now, and I'm staying put for reasons my heart knows. Too bad to bear, my soul to share, and under the rain, my soul to save.
seen a girl on a one-way corridor, stealing down a wrong-way street. For all the world like an urban corridor, she had wheels on her feet. The cars do the usual dances, same old cruise in the curbside crawl. But the roller girl, she's taking chances. Just love to see her take them all. No fear alone at night, she's sailing through the crowd. Enemies, his phones are tight and the music's playing loud. Hallelujah, here she comes, green rollerball. And enchanté, what can I say? Care at all. You know, she used to have to wait around. She used to be the lonely one. But now that she can skate around town, she's the only one. No fear alone at night, she's sailing through the crowd. Did her ears, his phones are tight and the music's playing loud. She gets rock and roll in a rock and roll station, in a rock and roll dream. She's making movies on location. She don't know what it means. Music make her wanna be the story, and the story was whatever was the song, what it was. Roller girl, don't worry, DJ play the movies all night long, all night long. She tortures taxi drivers just for fun. It's like to read their lips. Said, Toro, taxi, see you tomorrow, my son. So she let a big truck grease her hip. Oh, she's got her own world in the city, yeah. Can't shoot on her, no. She got her own world in the city. The city's being so rude to her. Fears alone at night, sailing through the crowd. Enemies, his phone so tight and the music's playing loud. She gets rock and roll in a rock and roll station, in a rock and roll dream. She's making movies on location. She don't know what it means, but the music make her wanna be the story, and the story was whatever was the song, what it was. Roller girl, don't worry, DJ play the movies all night long, all night long. Slipping in the slide, yeah, life's a rollerball. Slipping in the slide, skate away, that's all. Skate away. Sha-la, sha-la, hey. Skate away. Now, sha-la, sha-la. She's singing, sha-la, sha-la.
You're listening to 88.5 with Mochi riding whaleback on Moby, the white whale above us, showering us with sound vibrations and snowflakes. White, the color of truth. Today is the 28th of the month of October, 28 on our linear calendar, meaning the number after 27 and right before 29. On the Mayan calendar, honoring the energy of natural time, it is ETZNAB today. Yellow, white galactic mirror. 8 is the galactic tone of harmony, inspiring us to ask, what is for the good of all? By blending the material with the spiritual, we can create a flow of harmony. Model integrity to promote the highest idealism. Be love made visible today. ETZNAB is the Mayan glyph of the mirror. Its creative action purifies the idea by reflecting upon the endlessness of it and all it can create. Its qualities are clarity, the hall of mirrors, illusion, integration of paradox, and the sword of truth. ETZNAB is the power of endlessness, which is to reflect. As you reflect on your life and the dualities that exist, examine the situations you react strongly to. Without judgment, realize they are just another way for you to see the God I am. It is simply a different point of view. These are gifts, allowing you to see the truth about yourself. Cut to this truth, and the illusion of separateness will transform your mirror into a window of clarity. Through the energies of mirror, help others to see their true divinity. That's a pretty good task for today. Everybody see the God in everybody else and within yourself.
How could I
Pepsi here, ice cold Pepsi, Diet Pepsi. Pepsi, $3. $6. Ice cold Pepsi here, Diet Pepsi. $3? $3? It's just Pepsi or Diet Pepsi. Ice cold Pepsi, Diet Pepsi. Diet Pepsi. Ice cold Pepsi here, Diet Pepsi. Ice cold Pepsi here, Diet Pepsi. Ice cold Pepsi, Diet Pepsi.
Plane 0 on 2 and 5. He will be within weapons range in 9 minutes.
The Jemadar will soon learn to regret this day. Who is with me?
I think I know where I left you. Through the medical ward. Now.
Taxi!
Living life the wild, wild west style. Everyone wants to be the outlaw. Well, everyone tough and no one is gonna back down. Everyone's tough and no one is gonna back down. Everyone wants to be the superstar.
They wanna be a superstar.
And live like a star and drive with a fancy car.
You can still catch a bullet in your car.
Everyone wants to get some fame, playing the man's game. Everyone tough and no one is gonna back down.
Yes, sir.
Everyone's tough and no one is gonna back down. This is setting rough and no one is gonna back down. The gangster, living life like a monster. Everyone want to play the game, they're insane. Everyone's tough and no one is gonna back down.
Yes, sir.
Everyone's tough and no one is gonna back down. Capone said them tough and no one is gonna back down.
Hey yo, warning to informers and traders. First one die will be the instigator. Who died and left your commentator? Out of body experience, see it's not all good. Look into the eyes of who was once Clint Eastwood. Fire Kumbaya for backup for Libya. Soldiers, hold your fire, I see Ethiopia, I hear you boast about who you chose around the coast, but once you hear the fire, you vanish like human ghosts, you sucker.
Everyone wants to be the cowboy, living life the wild, wild west style. Everyone wants to be the outlaw. Well, everyone's tough and no one is gonna back down. Everyone's tough and no one is gonna back down. Sandokan said him tough and no one is gonna back down. Jesse James said him rough and no one is gonna back down. Come on. Come on. The year 2000 coming, watch out for the jet.
You're listening to 88.5 with Mochi, the whale rider, snowbringer, sound vibration sender out over the valley. It's a beautiful snowy morning here in Girdwood. The sun today is in Scorpio, degree 6, and the moon is in Virgo today. The Sabian symbol on the zodiac phases of the cycle of existence today is the gold rush, tears men away from their native soil. The passionate search for new values, which at any level promise a more abundant life. The greatness of man is that he can always be greater. Likewise, at a national level, man's greed can more easily be aroused by whatever promises more wealth, more power, and ever greater achievements at all levels, spiritual as well as material. Beyond this arousal of greed is the deep-seated desire to play a more important or spectacular role in one's society or community or valley. Greed is the perverse intensification of the social sense, just as lust is the perverse intensification of the longing for love. Always at this Scorpio level, the yearning is for an ever more intense and all-absorbing union with a person or a community. A yearning which motivates a search for a more effectual means to achieve as total a feeling experience as possible. This is the first stage of the 44 sequence in the scene communion. It dramatizes our capacity to tear ourselves away from the known and the familiar, gambling everything on a vision or a dream. Chase a dream to dream the new dreams. Make them come into being.
make it last forever. Friendship never ends. If you wanna be my lover, you have got to give. Taking is too easy, but that's the way it is. What you think about that? Now you know how I feel. Say you could handle my love. Are you for real? I won't be hasty. I'll give you a try. If you really bug me, then I'll say goodbye. Yeah, I will tell you what I want, what I really, really want. So tell me what you want, what you really, really want. I wanna really, really, really wanna say. If you wanna be my lover, you gotta get with my friends. Make it last forever. Friendship never ends. If you wanna be my lover, you have got to give. Taking is too easy, but that's the way it is. So here's the story from A to Z. You wanna get with me, you gotta listen carefully. We got M in the place who likes it in your face. You got G like MC who likes it on a easy B who doesn't come for free. She's a real lady. And as for me, how you'll say, slam your body down and whine it all around. Slam your body down and whine it all around. If you wanna be my lover, you gotta get with my friends. Make it last forever. Friendship never ends. If you wanna be my lover, you have got to give. Taking is too easy, but that's the way it is. If you wanna be my lover, you gotta make it last forever. Slam your body down and whine it all around. Slam your body down and whine it all around. Slam your body down and whine it all around. Slam your body down and zig ah. If you wanna be my lover.
Hey, yeah, I wanna shoot, baby. Shoot.
Ooh. How you doing, baby? No, not you. You. The bow-legged one. Yeah. What's your name? Damn, baby. That sounds sexy. Here I go again, girls. What's my weakness? Okay, then chillin', minding my business. Your souls, I looked around and I couldn't believe this. I swear, I stared, my niece, my witness. The brother had it going on with something kinda wicked. Had to kick it. I'm not shy, so I asked for the digits. I hope no, that don't make me see what I want. Slip, slide to it swiftly. Felt it in my hips, so I dipped back to my bag of tricks. Then I flipped forward tip, made me wanna do tricks on them, lick them like a lollipop should be lit. Came to my senses and I chilled for a bit. Don't know how you do the voodoo that you do so well. It's a spell, hell makes me wanna shoot. Get packed in your stack, especially in the back, brother. Wanna thank your mother for a butt like that. Can I get some fries with that shake, booby? If looks could kill, you would be an Uzi or a shotgun. Bang! What's up with that thing? I wanna know, how does it hang? Straight up, wait up, hold up, Mr. Lover. Like Prince said, you're a sexy mother. Well, I like them real wild. B-boy style by the mile. Smooth black skin with a smile. Bright as the sun, I wanna have some fun. Come and give me some of that yum chocolate chip honey dip. Can I get a scoop? Baby, take a ride in my coupe. You make me wanna shoot. Subject, that's all it said. Make you get hot, make you work up a sweat. When you stick to my loo, my darling. Not falling in love, but I'm falling for you. When I get shot, bet you bottom dollar, you were best under pressure.
Yo, Sandy, I wanna taste you.
Get your lips wet, cause it's time to have pep. On your mark, get set, go, let me shoot to the next man in a three-piece suit. I spend all my dough, ray me cutie, shoot-shooba-dooby, like Scooby-Dooby-Doo. I love you in your big jeans, you give me nice dreams, you make me wanna scream, ooh, I like what you do, when you do, what you do, you make me wanna shoot. Oh my goodness, girl, look at coming this way. Ooh.
S and the B wanna get with me, cool, but I'm wicked G. Hit skins, but never quickly. I hit the skins for the hell of it, just for the yell I get. For the smell of it. You want my ball? Here's the hot rod. 12 inches to a yard and have you sounding like a retard. Big twin lover 6'2", wanna hit you.
So what you wanna do?
What you wanna do?
I wanna shoot.
but the din in my head is too much and it's no good. I'm standing in a windy tunnel shouting through the roar, and I'd like to give the information asking for, but blood makes noise. It's ringing in my ear, blood makes noise, and I can't really hear you in the thickening of fear. Details and the facts, but there's something in my blood denies the memory of the act, so just forget it, Doc. I think it's really cool that you're concerned, but we'll have to try again after the silence has returned, 'cause blood makes noise. It's a ringing in my ear, blood makes noise, and I can't really hear you in the thickening of fear.
are covered with daisies. You got it, you got it. I miss the honky tonks, Dairy Queens, and 7-Elevens. You got it, you got it. And as things fell apart, nobody paid much attention. You got it, you got it. I dream of cherry pies, candy bars, and chocolate chip cookies. You got it. We used to microwave, now we just eat nuts and berries. You got it. This was a discount store, now it's turned into a cornfield. You got it. Don't leave me standing here. I can't get used to this lifestyle.
It's time to mind the rhyme inside. New Republic, 40 miles. A shotgun shack inside.